So aside from the meme with 1,000 and learn, yoke, ox, oxen, multitude, I don't remember what all I put on there, but there's a lot that can be said about 1,000. And this one in particular is not conclusive to the type of symbolism that would generally be associated with 1,000. And some Christians would say it's the number of the totality of the generations and the perfection of life. And going on to other things, we have a grand, both 1,000 in British pounds and US dollars. You have K, for kilo. You have paradisiac. You have imperishable. You have a picture is equal to 1,000 words. You have 1,000 origami to a wish supposedly granted by a crane. That's believed by some. Something to celebrate. Multitude, immortality. The 1,000 false gods of the Hittites. The 100 Makkah yugas are the great ages of the kalpas, or the great cycle, equals a kalpa, or a great cycle. Mary is said to have 1,000 guardian angels. The 1,000 songs of Ammon in the Lady Papyrus. The Manjushri ritual is you have 1,000 Sakyamunis in each of 1,000 bowls, which are held by 1,000 arms, and there's obviously more details to this ritual. Okay. Genesis 20:16 has Abimelech giving Abraham 1,000 pieces of money as compensation. Judges 15:16 has Samson killing 1,000 with the jawbone of a donkey. So the remnants of ignorance lead to the loss of 1,000, if you're going to give it a symbolic meaning. 1 Kings 3:4 has Solomon offered 1,000 holocausts on the altar of Gibeon, asking for wisdom. Psalm 105:8 mentions the alliance of 1,000 generations from Abraham, and the Abrahamic covenant is not blood and soil, as far as what some people believe it is, but I do not believe that at all. Which has led to a lot of faith claiming to be, 95% of the Jews aren't of Semitic ancestry as such, and most of the rest are diluted. So it's obviously more than a racial covenant. Psalm 84:11, 1,000 years are like a day. Song of Solomon 8:11, the vineyards of Solomon's fruit would cost 1,000 shekels of silver. Song of Solomon 4:4, the Tower of David has 1,000 suspended bucklers. As in the Enochian key, and they shall be as bucklers to the stooping dragon. I am reminded of that there. Isaiah 60:22 shows that the increase of 1 to 1,000 indicates coming messianic times. Amos 5:3 mentions a city being punished, a city of 1,000 being punished and reduced to that of 100. Matthew 5:41 mentions when required 1,000 steps, you double that. Revelations 20 mentions the reign of 1,000 years. Revelations 11:6 mentions 2 witnesses having the power over 1,000 plagues to be upon earth. And, okay, let me share some verses. 97:3 from Quran would probably be the most important one symbolic, the most important one to mention. The night of decree is better than 1,000 months. And most people would say it multiplies worship like this. And this day is said to be, as the factor. Oh, maybe that's something else. But it's the last 10 of Ramadan, which you don't know whether the 20th or the 21st is going to be the last 10, because if there's a 30th, then the 21st is the first of the last 10. And the 29th is the last if the last 10 include the 20th. So it's within those last 10. And therein descends the angels and the spirits, so the light beings and either Gabriel, the Holy Spirit, or the spirit and the soul overlap or something like that. And therein is peace to the appearance of dawn. So the horizontal lines of twilight appearing as such, and you have the horizontal lines of twilight. What was I saying there? That it doesn't mean that it goes away, it just builds up until that point. And 100 zeros would be in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. And that Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, 786 in number value, 19 letters, is also 1000. The greatest in the name of Allah, the singular definitive for God, which comes to the greatest giver in this life, the greatest giver in the afterlife, and that's also, so both 100 and 1000. But the 1000th verse of Quran, numbering in the usual way, we have, and between them will be a wall with elevated places, the title of the chapter, Al-Araf, and between them will be a screen and a wall with elevated places, will be men who would recognize all by their marks. They will call out to the dwellers of paradise, peace be upon you. And at that time they will not have yet entered it, but they will hope to enter it with certainty. And so going on here, let's see some numbers, some words. The Greek is what I cut short in particular. Upnu, sleep, from Matthew 1:24. Os, as, Matthew 1:24. Kakin, oi, scarlet, from Revelation 17:4. Some words may occur more than once. Kyriou, Lord, from Matthew 1:20. Kaber Nahsais, from 2nd. Okay, that means government, and that's from Colossians 12:28. Yeah, I think that's Colossians 12:28. Apis hasas means to believe. Mark 16:16. There's another word for believe that also fits, and there's other words for steward and minister and that sort of thing. Ploi oi is ship. Matthew 4:21. Orkoi means oaths. Acts 2:30. And that blasphemah sas. Oh, blasphemah say blaspheme, Revelations 13:6. Pros ep oi eto means to make, and that's from Luke 24:28. There's a word for wealth in here somewhere, isn't there? I am not seeing it. But there's a word for wealth. But Al Shem, using the finals, we have after the name. We have Tushkar, which is lie, and that's from Genesis 21:23. And you have Mut'ata, which is something from Genesis 27:12. Oh, that means deceiver. Shesht is 6, and that's from Exodus 16:26. Nehemiah from Met Pepet is what was that? Playing? I can't read that, but perhaps. Murtuk is charge, and that's from Numbers 18:3. And Teshmerni is to keep, and that's from 2 Samuel 22:44. Turun is to lose, and that's from Daniel 15:6. Romans 9:23. Pluto is riches. Pluton. Okay, riches. Or K, oaths. Texture is conspired from Jeremiah 51:63. And Kashrepet, burning, are the seraphs. And that is from 2 Chronicles 22:18. And Wabshuperut is and trumpets, and that's from 2 Chronicles 5:14. And I believe that's it for what I have put here for the number 1,000 symbolism. But these themes can be worked in to anything related to 1,000, and there's other things you can do about that.